Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Blitz5, and I was just getting ready to stream. Today is February 27th, 2020. And right before I went live, PUBG posted this post about recent issues and what we're doing about them. So just get up to speed. PUBG's been struggling recently after their Season 6 updates. So for a long time, PUBG's been struggling, or the game has been struggling. They've had some ups and downs and some really low downs with crashes and performance issues. And things have been good in recent memory, but after this patch, things have definitely gone downhill and people are very frustrated, and there's been an increased outpour of social media posts and stuff, people complaining about the game and wondering why almost 3 years later, or just about to be 3 years later, PUBG is still going through some of the same issues, which is definitely problematic. I went to Twitter to kind of defend them a little bit just because I don't know what's going on in PUBG, but I'm sure this stuff is very complicated, and this is sort of a little bit of a peek inside what they're dealing with. And, I was a little hesitant to record this because I'm just going to be reading what they wrote. So obviously you guys could do this as well. But this is also to bring some attention to it because I know not everybody is following every little thing that PUBG posts online like I am. So this starts off, I'm just going to read this. Normally I paraphrase things, but let's read this so we get an exact idea what they're talking about here. So it says, "Hello players. We know the last few months have had some ongoing issues impacting gameplay and wanted to take a moment to address everything. We know the below issues have been extremely frustrating to deal with, and we're sorry they've persisted for so long. First of all, we want to give a brief statement of cheating. Combating cheaters is one of our highest priorities, and we're utilizing multiple internal teams and external resources to find new solutions for this problem. We'll be sharing more information regarding these efforts in our upcoming community letter and 2020 roadmap post in early March." So this is good to know that we're going to be getting some kind of roadmap. PUBG did this with Fix PUBG, but we haven't really seen this from PUBG since, at least from what I've been following. So then we have the next topic here is poor performance, FPS frames per second, stuttering, freezing, and crashing issues. So no word on whether they're talking specifically about console, PC, or both, but crashing is definitely really, really big on console right now. So it says here, we've received lots of feedback regarding performance issues, including FPS drops, stuttering, and crashing. And despite these efforts, we've found that performance issues and crashes have been increasing since the January update. They're referring to the start of Season 6 or the launch of Season 6. Our development team is conducting ongoing multifaceted tests and analysis in an attempt to identify and resolve the issues causing this performance loss and causing game crashes. The difficult part is some of these issues are impacting specific hardware or happen in unique situations which are difficult to reproduce. To improve performance issues, we have to track down the specific cause, which often means needing to reproduce the specific steps leading to the issue. We want to thank all of you who have sent in your replay files and system data to help us to try and identify the cause. So with this, they're not only talking about different consoles. So obviously, if you have an OG Xbox, Xbox One S, Xbox One X, PlayStation, Pro, regular PlayStation, but then also different computers. Imagine how many different computers and combinations of parts and internal pieces and platforms, AMD, NVIDIA, it gets really crazy. So who knows how much stuff affects that, but it is pretty hard for them to reproduce stuff because something could be so nuanced, just to give you guys an idea that it could take them a year to track down a specific bug. So they just reiterate here that if you are experiencing any drops, stutter, crashes, etc., to please contact their support team. This is where I point everybody towards PUBG.com/support. Then the next bullet point here is DDoS attacks against our game server. So before I read this, interesting to see them talk about this. I had a hunch that PUBG was getting DDoSed and they weren't really talking about it. Again, I'm talking a little bit out of my knowledge here, but I do have some knowledge on DDoSing. I had a friend of mine that's very familiar with DDoS attacks. He works in this field. And look at this, my window's about to shut off. He works in this field and he's giving me a lot of information about this. It's kind of crazy how ridiculous DDoSing is and how hard it is to prevent. And to me, what gave it away was that PUBG kept going down on Fridays on Xbox. And I don't know if it's Xbox getting DDoS or something, but it's too weird of a coincidence that every Friday PUBG was getting taken down, in my opinion. And it seemed like something that some internet trolls would do is DDoS the servers to disrupt everybody on Friday, because that's one of the biggest gaming days. So as many online games are forced to deal with from time to time, our servers have been the target of intermittent DDoS, distributed denial of service attacks. When a game server is under attack by DDoS, all players who are in the server almost certainly face connection issues, such as network delays, significant ping increase, and severe packet loss. Unfortunately, our servers have been increasingly targeted for these attacks last November. The intensity of attacks increased at a level which we hadn't experienced before, which increased again in February. And I specifically remember in November, multiple times where this happened, and thinking to myself that I thought something like this was going on. Our dev team has been increasing our DDoS defense solutions, working with various server infrastructure providers, analyzing their effectiveness in order to protect our game servers and provide a more stable service. At the same time, we're working on our own defense system specifically designed to protect PUBG game servers. Crazy, man. While testing various DDoS defense solutions from external infrastructure providers, server locations were often located far away from standard locations, which resulted in increased ping and other network issues for some players. Additionally, many players have suffered constant packet loss due to the experimental DDoS defense solution deployed by these providers. We know that we could have been much more open in communicating these reasons with you, but did not want to contaminate tests and results by letting the attackers know we were doing this testing. Regardless, our sincere apologies to players who experienced ongoing connectivity issues during this time. So, wow, I don't know if this has anything to do with that, but like on Xbox, we've been getting constant 1, 2, 3, 4, 5% packet loss all the time. I wonder if that has to do with that. That's what they were mentioning there. The good news is our recent developed internal solution has reduced the impact of DDoS attacks by nearly 85%. This is and will remain an ongoing issue, but our dev team will also continue to work and implement additional measures to mitigate the impact of DDoS attacks when they occur. And again, there's just a lot of stuff here that's going on that I don't think people realize, and I'm sure other gaming companies are dealing with this, but this is definitely a difficult thing here. And it says at the end here, DDoS server attacks are a serious crime, and we're gathering all the information we can to take legal action against the perpetrators. Then we have the next topic here, arcade. I got 10 minutes to do this, or my computer's going to shut down. Team Deathmatch is PUBG's first arcade game mode, and we've been thrilled to see such a great response so far. Unfortunately, we found some issues with TDM matchmaking that caused players to have extended matchmaking times or sometimes not be matched at all. Additionally, another issue was identified that sometimes caused teams to have more than 8 players with less than 8 on the other team. The team in charge of this mode analyzed the cause and these issues after they were reported and worked to deploy a hotfix to the issue affecting team size, which is now resolved. The issue related to matchmaking times currently remain, and while we've improved the situation with some backend improvements, we're actively working on a permanent solution. And then they continue here to say that if you have issues again, please contact PUBG.com/support. Disabled custom match presets. We've received reports that custom match presets are not functioning properly since the last patch. Saw Choco Taco tweet about this. This issue is an unfortunate side effect of improvements being made to back-end custom match code. We've taken action to resolve existing save presets, but it will take time to fix this issue entirely. The good news is that saving and loading new presets now works correctly. Our apologies for those affected by this issue. Unrelated to custom matches, we've resolved other recent issues such as player stats not being applied properly, inability to create face-it matches, and players falling through the ground at a specific location on Karakin. Okay, so you definitely don't want to fall through the ground. And in closing here, PUBG PUBG understands that there are many other high-priority issues impacting gameplay. One of our primary goals this year is to be more transparent with what we're working on, so we wanted to get this letter out to you to address some of the more notable issues we faced recently. Rest assured, we'll continue to work on the unresolved issues, and we'll do our best to be more open with details on these subjects moving forward. Thank you, best wishes, and regards. PUBG. I'm kidding. They didn't put that at the end. But interesting stuff there. So I just wanted to read this and let everybody know that this is out there. This is PUBG's statement. Earlier before this, PUBG actually just removed Miramar on console due to all the crashes, just temporary until the next update until March 3rd. So they're definitely struggling right now with a lot of crashes and issues, but it's nice to see this letter out there, and they're doing a lot of stuff to hopefully, do some PR work to help the situation. I don't know. They need to definitely turn some of this stuff around very quickly, but it's nice to see that they're going to be providing us with a roadmap for 2020 and some more transparency. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below without getting too crazy. I know there's been a lot of issues, but personally for me, other than Miramar, my gameplay experience has been pretty good on PUBG. I understand that I play on the X with an SSD, and I do have a pretty good internet connection, but so, you know, I play a lot, 4 or 5 hours every day during the week, and my experience is mostly good. So hopefully they can get this stuff situated. So as always, thank you all for watching. I'm Blitz5, and peace out.